Hi everyone, Sharon Brennan here, Cottage Lane Stamper. Thanks for joining me today at my Tuesdays in 2. I think I'm a couple minutes early. Out there, make sure you say hi, leave a comment. It's nice to be able to talk to you guys this way. So, anyway, one full week now into celebration. So, if you have not ordered yet, they did change something in for your celebration items. Hi Vicky. Used to be where you would have your orders, your items that you're ordering, and then below you'd put in your celebration item numbers. And now what you do, I posted something on Facebook. It's a video, but it has no sound to it. So now you enter your items that you're ordering, and then you click continue, and then it'll bring up another screen where you enter your celebration items, and then another one for your Stampin' Up rewards if you've earned those also. So something new that they're doing. I saw there was a couple of comments. People were kind of confused and weren't sure where to put their celebration items in that they qualified for. So today I'm going to do a flip-flop card, I think she called it, by Rhonda Wade. I was going to say Rachel Tessman, but no, it's Rhonda Wade. So this is the card that I did as a trial, my sample, and it flips open like this. It's really easy, and I'll be posting all the measurements and supplies on my blog, cottagelandestamper.com, later on, today or tomorrow. And this is, I should say, this is using the Sweet as Peach stamp set and dies. And I love this stamp set. I didn't buy it for the peach. I bought it because of these adorable little flowers and the leaves. It's reminiscent of another set that we had a few years ago that I still have and use for non-Stampin' Up classes for my personal use. Anyway, it was called, I think, Painted Petals, and it has a similar flower and leaf in it. So and this one, I love the sentiments. I love the font here for happy birthday and thanks so much. I just love that font. I don't know what it is, but it's really pretty, and it's got some other cute little sentiments too. Hope your day is sweet as a peach, or it's your day, let's celebrate. And actually this card here will be mailed out this afternoon to my cousin whose birthday is tomorrow, so I don't know if she'll get it in time, but I know she loves to garden. So with that in mind, I am changing it up a little bit. Instead of using Sweet as a Peach, and I'll post both the cards and supplies for both these cards on my blog, I'm going to do one using the Pansy Patch stamp set and dies. So let me put you down and we'll get going here. So, and if you place an online order, here's the host code that you can use for August. But if your order is over $150, don't use it. So anyway, this is the Pansy Patch paper is called Pansy Petals, and I just wanted to show you this really quick. It's got some beautiful flowers in it. You flip it around here so it's right side up. And I love pansies. They remind me of my grandmother. And then of course the back side is a nice neutral color. This is the one I'm going to be using today on the card, and it's got a nice stripe, so especially for a masculine card. And this one I think is just adorable. I mean, this, I hate to say it, I shouldn't, I thought, oh, maybe wallpaper, but no, that'd be a little bit too much. And I love that in this bundle, or this DSP pack, we have some ginghams. So, and this is in the pale papaya, and this bundle, this paper pack has all the new in colors. So this, I think, is like one of my favorites, and this one has the fresh freesia. I'm going to be using that. And this one has you can actually die cut the leaves from it. So if you just take, let's see, did I throw it in the basket? I think I did. I have all the dies there. I was going to do something different, but I switched it up at the last minute. But these fit these leaves here, so you have 2 whole sheets of leaves. And let's see, here's the other leaf from this die set. And this is the evening evergreen and the soft succulent. And I believe, no, this, let's see, what colors are in here. If you're never not sure what colors are in your pack, just, I save the backing sheets and it'll always tell you here. So it's evening evergreen, fresh freesia, pale papaya, polished pink, soft seafoam. So this is the soft seafoam, and this is the so succulent, soft succulent, sorry. And then from this sheet you can die cut all of these pansies. And I was actually going to just use die cut flowers today, but I changed my mind, so I'm going to be cutting some out. But you can use both of these pansies, so you get all of these sheets. So if you want to do a fast card and just use pansies, and you don't have time to do a lot of stamping, and just die cut them out. You could die cut the whole sheet out and then keep them in a little container, maybe in your stamp set or something, and then they're there for when you're ready to use them. So as you can see, there are a lot of dies in this die set, and let's see if I can fit some of these back on here again. So there's like several leaves, and there's the stem, and the centers for the flowers and stuff. See, this one's for the little tiny centers for the flowers, and I'll be using that today. So I'm just using the colors from the stamp from the pack. So we're going to get started here, and we have several pieces of paper. Okay, this is fresh freesia, and it is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and then we have a piece of the gingham that's 4 by 5 1/4. Then we have a strip that is 1 by 11, and let's see, we're also using for this one, get out of my basket here, the dies from Stitch So Sweetly, and I took them out and set them aside by my die cutting machine. Let me go grab them really quick so I can show you which ones we're using. So, sorry. We're going to be using the 3 largest dies from this Stitch So Sweetly die set. So, this piece of fresh freesia is, let's see, I think I had them all written down here. It is 3 by 4 1/4, and we're going to die cut this one from that, and then we have one piece that's medium that we're going to use the medium die on, and this is 2 1/2 by 3 3/4, so that'll be this one here. And then we have another one from the same side, and we're going to use the medium die for that. And then we have the one that's 2 1/4 by 3 1/4, and we're going to die cut that one from this smallest of the 3 largest, if that makes sense. So let's do our die cutting. I'm going to bring my little Stampin' Cut mini emboss machine. Now I just had my plates here. So, and here's a tip for you. when you're cutting or rectangular things like this, put them in at an angle. It doesn't work so well on this one because it's almost as wide as the machine. On my larger machine, I would put an even bigger angle at this. So get this out here, put that on there, and go through. And then you don't get quite so much crackling when it goes through. It didn't crack or pop at all on that one. So I have that one. And we'll get the scraps out of here. Then we're going to cut 2 more from the white cardstock. And let's see. It's easier for me. I'm left-handed, so it's easier for me to work from left to right. Well, actually, I'm ambidextrous. I was talking to one of my friends the other day about using like the Stampin' Seal Plus, and I also have an advanced tape runner. And I didn't realize this until I talked to her. But when I use my Stampin' Seal Plus, or my old snail, or whatever you want to call it, I use my left hand. But when I use my advanced tape runner, I use my right hand. So go figure. So there's one, and I use removable tape. It doesn't damage the paper, and it holds everything in place. You could use post-it notes too. So get that one off there. It's stuck to my finger. Then I have a piece of the DSP, and it's got that soft seafoam background. And I'm going to angle this a little bit. I think it'll be okay. And the pieces that I have, I'm pretty frugal with my cardstock and my DSP, so these measurements are just 2. Doesn't give you much leeway, but I like to maximize my cardstock and DSP as much as I can. So, and then the last one we're going to do is this one that we're using, the smallest of the 3 largest. So, and one more. I like that I can have this little machine right by my desk and pick it up and put it here if I need to, and I don't have to get up and go over to my other machine. So I have limited amount of space in my room too, so that also is a big help too. So there, got that. Oh, and I also have got all of my paper. I added this to my card. Rhonda did not have this on her card. If I'm a card back here, but I put a strip on the outside. She didn't have that, so. And then you want 2 other strips. Excuse me. Haven't talked to anybody today. So, oh, here's my card. So, she didn't have this strip on the outside here. I added that. So, I just thought it dressed it up a little bit. So, you'll need 2 pieces of cardstock. And these are 1.5 by 6. And you won't need the whole 6 length, but 6-inch length. But I thought you can just cut off as much as you need, because you never know. I'll show you in a minute what I'm talking about. So we're going to put this down here and cover this up here. And then we're going to take this strip here and we're going to put some adhesive on the bottom here. You're probably going to want to use Stampin' Seal Plus or something strong like that. And you're going to kind of eyeball it. If you want, you can measure it. I think I measured it was like 3 1/4 from the edge, something like that. That's approximate, but, and you're going to take my adhesive edge and line it up on the bottom here. There. And now I'm going to add this strip to it. So I'm just going to take some, let's see, we don't need the whole, I think I just need to cut off about 1 inch. I'll cut it off in a minute. I'll start, try to go down the center as well as I can. And I'm just going to center this right here. Like I said, she didn't have this on her card. Rhonda didn't, but I just thought it added a little bit extra there. And I'm just going to trim off this piece here. And this piece here. So I just could cut off 1 inch because it was a strip of 1.5 inches by 12 inches of DSP, but you only use 11. So I'm going to press that there, and we're going to flip this here. Now we're going to take our large piece of fresh freesia, and we're going to attach a piece of our DSP to that. And we're going to center that up. And we're going to take and kind of center that. We're going to put a little bit of adhesive on the bottom here. Let's see. Oh, I just ran out. I was going to say I just ordered some the other day. So, good thing. Now, if you wanted to, they come in this resealable bags, but if you wanted to, you could keep it resealed, sealed up in here. But I don't do that, so. And I haven't had a problem with it, like drying out. I suppose if you don't, you're not going to use it very often, but I use it quite frequently. So let's see if I can get this back in here the right way. There we go. That all, and it's ready to go. I'm just going to put a little bit more down here. We're going to kind of center this from left to right, and I'm going to try to put it right along. Oh, I've got a little adhesive sticking out here. I'm just going to fold it back. So center from left to right and right along the adhesive line there. So we have that. So there's one flap there. Now we're going to take this flap. I'm going to use my bone folder just to give it a nice crease. And this other middle size die cut piece is going to go in the middle. I'll stamp a sentiment on that. Right now we're going to work on our flowers. So I decided I was going to use some of the flowers, and I had intentions of just cutting them out and putting them on here. I decided to do some die cutting. So I have the background for the pansy in Whisper White, and I cut out a few leaves. I wasn't sure what I was going to use, so we have that. And I'm going to, oh, these are the colors that are in that pack. So there's like Evening Evergreen, Fresh Freesia, Soft Succulent, and Pale Papaya, and Polished Pink. And I'm going to actually, I'm going to go rogue here. I just go off on a tangent occasionally. And I think because it has the, what do you call it? Soft seafoam in it. I'm going to do some of the leaves in that. So I'm just going to take the little blender brush and do that, and then I'll see which leaves I want to use And I'm putting it all together. I have no concrete plan, so there's that one. And I love these brushes. They're so easy to use. And if you want something a little bit darker, you can add more. And they wash up really well. I know someone I saw had a set of for every color family, and I can't afford to do that. So I have just 3 and I just wash them up. And this is the only one that's really gotten stained with some red and blue, but it's not going to affect what I do from now on with it. So that was soft sea foam. I'll set that out so I make sure I write that down. And then I'm going to use the fresh freesia on the flower bits. Whoop! And there we go. Ink in my hand. My hand right in it. Wipe here. Get some baby wipes and just clean it off. I don't want to get it all over my stuff. So I'm going to use some fresh freesia here. I love sponging. I just think it adds a little bit extra to everything, to your project, I should say. I love how these are embossed when you die cut them. They're so beautiful. And pansies always remind me of my grandmother. She's a great gardener and a baker. So, and I could actually just set this down and do the sponging. I don't know why I started just holding it in my hand, but could just go like this too. Which is probably a better way to do it. I guess I was thinking of using my other sponges that are no longer available. Sponges that we had, so yeah, I'm going to do a little bit more on this one. And maybe a little bit more on the edges here for this guy. This reminds me of like angel wings or butterflies. I bet you could make if you're creative, could actually make butterflies out of these too. So that's the fresh freesia. So now we're going to put our little pansy together and get my glue dots out here. Take one and just put it on this side. Put that there. Another one. Oh, wrong side. Put that there. Kind of line these up a little better here. I think that's good. And then my little black. So I'm going to just use a couple of glue dots on him too. To remember where I put the first one. And one there. And one more. I'll stick in my fingers. And this little guy is sticking out a little bit, so I'm just going to try to bend him back a little. And then he's going to go right here. Trying to line them up right in the corner of this flower, right in the little dip there. And then I have one of the little centers. Let's see. And I like to use my little paper piercing tool. Kind of line him up right in the middle there. Rest him right in that little groove. There we go. When you die cut those, you actually die cut 3, which is good because I'm always, as you know, losing things. So now we're going to decide on what leaves we want. So, and I don't know, I guess I'll use all of them. So I'm going to rip off about 5 or 6 of these and just kind of stick them down here. There we go. And one more. Now we'll decide how we want to arrange these. I think I'll put the dark one down here, and then maybe one of these here. And I put them on the right side of the flower of the leaf so that they can just stick right to the back. And do I want to do symmetrical or go rogue? Just do the reverse. There. And here's our little flower. Whoops, I guess that one, that glue dot's not so good. Sometimes the paper comes off, the cardstock will come off on the glue dot, and then I won't be very happy. I find if I rub them too with my bone folder, that works better sometimes. So we're gonna go right there. I guess it's a little different combination. Then I'm gonna take some dimensionals. I'm gonna put a few of these on there. When I have a lot of pieces like this sticking on, I like to cover up where they intersect, and it kind of adheres those pieces to the die cut image. So I think that's probably good. And that is going to go on here. Put this in here. And one more. And it's gonna, I think it's going to sit just kind of, just a tad askew. And that is going to be attached to the front here. So I'm going to Stampin' Seal out. And put this here. And then this little baby, I think I'm going to use, I'm going to stick with the fresh freesia. And I'm going to use this stamp set, I think. Now, if you noticed, if you've gotten the new photopolymer, they've got the printing for the flowers on the inside, on the back of the case cover. So, and I'm going to stamp on here. The little things you do make a difference. And then we're going to just take and kind of eyeball that where that is. and it's going to hide right behind this piece. You know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to go like this. I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I thought, well, at least I'll know it's hidden. And just flip it. Go like that. That way I know it's covered up. Now, one more thing. We're going to take these pieces here and we're going to attach them to these flaps here. So I think I'm just going to put adhesive right on here. And we're going to line it right up with the edge of the card base and this flap. And then we'll cut that off. There. And this one, we will do the same thing. See, I was going to try to put this in my right hand and it did not want to go there. And line this up here on the bottom and along the edge. And I think she actually cut hers off right here along the edge of the card. I'll make sure I don't cut off the other flap while I'm in here. And so that one goes on top like that. And there we are. There is our little flip-flop card. And I was going to add, these are in part of the suite, the bumblebee trinkets. I think I'm going to add one of these, maybe two of these little bumblebees to the front too, with a glue dot. So if you buy the suite, it's on page 29 in the catalog, the annual catalog. The suite comes with the die set, and the die, or the stamps and the die set, and the DSP, and these are the wrong ones, the DSP and these little trinkets. So I'm gonna put a couple of them on here, I think. They're just so darn adorable. Now, when you mail this card, you're going to want to put extra postage and hand cancel it because of the bees. So, and I've got them going the wrong direction. I'm going toward the flower. There we go. And there is today's card. It's called, she called it a flip-flop card. So this one opens here, then this slips this way. And I can see I need to trim these down. So I got them just a little bit too close. So I'm just going to trim these down so they aren't crimped like that. And so there's a word of caution. Don't line it up right with the fold or with the edge of the card. I love these paper snips. They have such a fine point to them, and once you start using them, you're not going to want to use anything else. So let me tell you. There it is. There is today's flip-flop card. And here's the one that I did as a sample using the You're a Peach. So I actually have this one going backwards, but there they are. Nobody's going to know that I might have messed up. So this little guy is supposed to go, I'll fix it. He's supposed to go on this flap here. So learn from my mistakes, okay? Anyway, of the white cardstock here. And then you line this up like that, and I want to make sure I have it covered right there. So I just wanted to show you now it is made correctly. So there you have your flip-flop there. So flip flop. And with the cute little bees, and I didn't mention, if you look at this DSP, you can see these little bees in the pattern. So anyway, thank you again for joining me. I hope this makes more sense now, and take care and God bless.